What's up, everybody? I want to share something with you guys that I believe is valuable, starting with one, just to reiterate and be redundant. Who is on your team, who's in your circle, who's in your corner is so much more valuable than we probably even realize. And because of who is on my team, number two is that we were able to solve a guy's problem that probably couldn't have got worse. And it goes like this. So we were cold calling a list of people on the auction block. Every month there's an auction. In Texas, it happens to be on the first Tuesday of every month. So June 2nd is the June auction for foreclosures, mortgages, and tax liens. Okay. This guy was behind on his mortgage by $33,000. Okay. Here's the problem. The guy had a work injury and he had zero income. He had zero money, and he was actually working to get a disability claim appealed so he could have some kind of money because he became unemployable. What makes it worse is that he was on a pacemaker. The dude has a heart that needs electrical impulse that's man-made to actually continue to sustain his life. This was a really big situation because had he lost his house in the auction in 11 days from now, it would have been really dire for him. So we were willing to help this guy even if we weren't going to make any money. But here's the problem. He had no equity in his house, which means in the event that he was going to get a full price offer on his house, he would have had to come with like $20-something thousand to the closing table to sell his house because he had no equity. He didn't have that. He couldn't have had that. He would have never got it. So selling his house retail to a cash buyer, to an FHA buyer, whatever, not possible. What makes it worse is that it was a bank statement loan, which means it's non-qualified. Thank the Dodd-Frank Act and thank the mess that happened in 2007 and 2008 for things like this. Bank statement loan's awesome, don't get me wrong. But they charged him 9.375% for the interest on the loan, which is super high. That made his monthly mortgage payments $800 higher than the highest commanded market rents for the area and the neighborhood. Big problem. So typically we can just take over somebody's payments as long as there's cash flow, right? But there was negative cash flow by like $1,000 or more for this one. So what could we do to solve this guy's problem? We really didn't have one. He could have filed bankruptcy and kicked the can down the road a little while, but then the foreclosure would have came back, and then he would have had a bankruptcy filing and a foreclosure on his financial profile, which would have been super traumatic and really difficult to do anything with going forward. So what's the solution? Because of who is on my team, I have a guy who's a hedge fund investor. He's got like unlimited liquidity. He's over a 10-figure guy, right? And if anybody's interested here that's doing this stuff, that really wants to help people, I'd be happy to connect you with him after the fact, because if you find a deal that you can't work because of some of the reasons I just described, I found a way that you can make it work. So what happened is this guy came in, saw the situation, and was willing to buy the note, to buy the mortgage note. And when he bought the note, okay, the auction got stopped, so the guy's not losing his house anymore. Okay, hallelujah to that. And he modified the terms of the loan, of the promissory note, to bring the interest rate now to 4.45. Okay, and now the monthly payment is now $500 less than what market rents are. So he brought the monthly payment down. He basically cut it in half, less than half. Okay. Now we can do something with this. And so what we did is we put a contract on the house to buy it subject to the mortgage with these new terms on it. And we wholesaled it we sold our contract to another buyer who's going to rent the property out. And our total profit will be somewhere around $10,500 on this deal. So that's how we were able to be leveraging our team and those who are in our corner by the relationships that we have built. Saved the guy's complete situation. I mean, turned his life around. Really good opportunity. And we were able to take a deal with literally no way to make money on it and made 10 grand on it. And we got to help somebody. So if you guys are doing pre-foreclosures, if you guys are doing any kind of creative financing, feel free to shoot me a private message or comment on this video, and I will be happy to send you the contact information. I'd like to vet you first a little bit just to make sure that you're legit and serious, because I value the relationship. But you can do a lot of awesome things when you got somebody like that in your corner. And it's not the first time we've done something like this. So think about it, guys. Hope you're having a good day. Keep getting it. Help people out. and make the world better until Christ comes back. Peace.